Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram and I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. It's Thursday! Woohoo! We made it! It's been 2 weeks since I've had class with you guys. Does it not feel like it has been forever? Kelly did a great job last week for Mystery Card Night. I must say so myself. It's always entertaining for me to watch somebody else do class, especially when they're sitting in the hot seat in the Hive. So thank you to Kelly for helping me with that. You guys give her lots of hearts and lots of love if you thought she did a great job. And don't give her unhappy faces if you didn't think she did a good job. We don't do that here. So, woohoo! Okay. So I have a little surprise for you guys too. She will be your hostess with the mostess on the class for the class tomorrow night. Oh my God, you guys, it's not Thursday. Hi, Sandy Wicklitter. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's Wednesday. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you can laugh with me. Wow. So I completely thought tonight was Thursday because I'm doing class. Hi, Terry. Hi, Faye. It didn't dawn on me until I started to say that Kelly's going to be doing class tomorrow night. Woo! And tomorrow night is Thursday. So we're live from the Hive on a Wednesday night tonight, guys. And I'm trying to find my Facebook video so I can...
Oh my gosh.
There we
okay.
are. There we are. You guys, I'm a little bit off, aren't I? It feels like forever since I've had class. Hi, Ellen. And so here we are on a Wednesday night having class, back on track. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what we're doing tonight is the ink, paper, scissors card making class. I am looking over at the box and I do have a handful, one handful. So I have 5 spots unaccounted for. So if anybody gets through the end of watching this class tonight and wishes they had signed up for it, there's still time. Hi, Holly. Hi, Kathy Jackson from Iola, Wisconsin. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Brenda. So I know, hi, Danny Olson. So I know a bunch of you that have already joined me, you have signed up, and we'll do a roll call in a little bit. But if you get to the end of this and you're wishing you would have gotten this class, you just reach out to me and let me know. Hi, Barbara. I am funny. For the life of me, I really thought it was Thursday when I went live. Hi, Anne from Vermont. Okay, well, at least we're back on track. So you guys, it has been forever. It's been 2 weeks, basically, since I did a live with you. And so I've got a couple announcements. Hi, Luann. So I did just mention about the ink, paper, scissors for tonight that I have extra. But I also have, in case anybody's looking back through past classes and they think it's too late to get some classes, I do have a few that I have, and you could get these free with a purchase, or they're fee-based, and I'll tell them to you as I go through them. But the ink, paper, scissors for this month and last month are still available. Those are only fee-based classes, so you can't get them free with a purchase because they come with product. Hi, Carol. Hi, Randy. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Patricia. And then I also have some of the mini holiday catalog launch party where we did 4 cards on my mom switched all the calendars on me. I went to look at August. I think it was Friday the 13th. If I'm not mistaken, we did the holiday launch class on a Friday. It was 3 fun folds, and I still have a few of those kits. And I also, hey Lynn, it's good to see you too, even though I can't see you. It's good to chat with you. I also have some of the Let's Just Stamp classes from July and August, and those would be free with a purchase. So if you guys are going through and wanting to place an order and get a class and nothing in September excites you, there's some options to get some past classes. I also have Beauty of the Earth, which I did in July. So thanks for sharing, Kathy. Hi, Lisa Nealon. Yeah, you guys, I really appreciate you sharing my video with your friends and family. Sharing the love, that's what it's all about. I really appreciate it. So I have 1 game night left too, you guys. I have accounted for 24, but I have only 23 signed up. The way it worked with my math is I did 24. So the first person, hi Kathy Miller, hi Jeannie Terwilliger, the first person to sign up or let me know they want to do game night, which is next Thursday, we're going to make these 4 cards, and you'll get a goodie bag with this one as well. So I have 1 spot left for game night, which is next week, Thursday. Kelly will be here with me in the Hive, like we have done for every game night. We are partners in crime for that. Hi, Debbie Schultz. And you guys, anybody who's watching right now that is signed up for game night, I'm going to prepare you ahead of time. Make sure you have your numbers handy. It worked out so good last time that everybody had their numbers in front of them before we started, whereas the time before, we had a whole plethora of people that needed their numbers, and it took time away from the event. And so I ask, if you are watching me and you're signed up for game night, if you don't have your numbers, reach out to me by at least 2 hours before the event. So hi Gwen, hi Jewel, hi Kathy, hi Jill. So that's game night. 1 set left. Let me know if you're interested. Oh, Kathy Jackson says she's signing up. So if you're watching this, you guys, there's no game night left. Kathy Jackson, you got it. Kathy, you could, as long as I got you, I just need you to send me your 5 lucky numbers between 1 and 25, and you can PayPal me $40. And we're all set then. Woohoo! Oh, it's Shannon's first game night. She has her numbers. Hi, Teresa Carls. Hi, Julie Bierschbach. Julie, your foam mats came in, and they're on the counter, and I will be seeing you next Wednesday for Lucky Hand, and you can pick them up then. So just know that they're in, and they're on the counter in the honeycomb, aka the mudroom. All right. What else do I have? Paper pumpkins. Okay. So tomorrow, hi, Cheryl Thomas. Tomorrow is, in fact, Thursday, not today. And Kelly graciously offered to do class for me tomorrow night. I did a 2.5 or so hour live on Monday night for the Summer Creative Escape group, and I am doing live tonight, and I'm going to be doing a swap card showcase on Friday. So she said, do you want, I'm signed up. Yeah, yes, Brenda Wood, you're signed up for game night. Your email, I have an email to you with your numbers. Check your email. You registered for game night, and the email I sent back to you with the PDF tutorial has your numbers in it. So go find that on a little scavenger hunt. And yeah, Debbie forgot that she ordered it. Her kits got mailed out, and she got the notification for shipment. And she's like, I didn't sign up for anything. I'm like, I think you did. So Paper Pumpkins. So Kelly graciously offered to do class tomorrow night so that I wasn't live 4 nights out of the week. And so Kelly's going to be your hostess with the mostest tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central. If you can see back here, guys, I do have 3 extra paper pumpkins for purchase in case you missed out and you want to get your hands on them. I have 3. And so Sherry Martin, I got yours out in the mail for you already. And there was somebody else. You guys, it was a little bit of a blur. Maybe it was just Sherry. Sherry, I know I got yours in the mail on Tuesday or Monday. So yes, Latokia, you missed the summer escape. I did it live on Monday night. I think I was live at about 5 after 5. And you can go in and watch the replay. It will be there forever. I did not split them up into 2 sessions. I just went balls to the wall, and I did all 9 make and take projects in about 2 hours and 5 minutes. And so you can fast forward, you can play, stop, however you want, but it'll help you get those cards made. So hi, Arliss, thanks for sharing. Hi, Kay. Okay, so that's Paper Pumpkin. Oh, Jennifer Jones, you were the other gal that you wanted another Paper Pumpkin. I have your name right in front of me. So I knew there were 2 people I mailed them to. So if anybody's interested in my extra Paper Pumpkins, just reach out to me. I would love to get them out of here and get them into the hands of somebody who would love to put them together. Hi, Chris Duderenke. Okay, I also want to show you guys I have 3 of my DSP samplers left for the holiday mini catalog. This is a very rare thing because the last time I had 3 left over and they were pretty much gone within 24 hours. But this is for the holiday mini catalog. You get 8.5 by 11 for each of the designer papers, and then you get the little packages. So I have 3 of these kits left. And if you want one, just reach out to me, and I would love to get them into your hands as well so they can get put together so that you can start utilizing it. So yeah, I it was really weird, you guys. So I had I have a private Facebook group for the Summer Creative Escape 2021. It has 61 people in it, including myself. And I went live on Monday, and I think throughout the whole night, the most people I had watching was 5. And I kept it going, and I was really happy that the 5 were there. They were commenting. And so just know, though, if anybody is in here watching me right now, and you're watching the Summer Creative Escape and you have questions, don't comment in the video, because I won't go back. I promise you, I won't go back and check comments, So if you have questions, please email me, call me, text me, Facebook message me, write me a letter, send a pigeon with like a little, like a paper attached to its little claw and have it drop it right here on my house. Just let me know if you have questions. I'm here to help. So I also did send out that PDF tutorial to everybody. So you should be good there. So, and then start to watch for details for the winter creative escape, guys. It'll be here, I'm sad to say, before we know it. And the snow will be flying. Nope, I won't say anymore. Oh, Kathy Irvin, the DSP sampler is $25, but then there's $8 for priority shipping. So that makes it $33. And if you're interested, I do PayPal, friends and family, Venmo, Zelle. A check is perfect as well. And I'd give you my address if you just want to send me an email. When I flip my camera down, you can get my email and my phone number. You can text me however you'd like to reach out to me. So yes, Ellen's going to be putting her summer creative escape cards together this weekend. That's awesome. Hi, Susan Rish. Hey, Anna Rabaju. Okay, so how did you miss that, Sandy? I don't know. I even posted on Friday or Saturday that I was going to be going live around 5 on Monday, so I tried to give you guys a little notice. But yeah, I know a couple people popped in right at the beginning and then they had a skedaddle. So, okay, I want to show you guys some cards that I got because it's always fun seeing some inspiration from fellow stampers. So I have these to share with you, but then just stay tuned for Friday. I know it's Labor Day weekend, guys. And I promised Tyler one more camping trip. You guys are going to think all this girl ever does is camp. Well, after the summer we had last year where we did absolutely nothing any of the weekends from like pretty much May until September, I told Tyler that we would go camping this summer and make up for last summer. So that's why it's been a few camping trips so far. Hi, Linda. So yes, we're going camping and we're going to take the canoe again and we're going to canoe the Wisconsin River. So we're starting in Necedah and we're going to, I don't know if I should say this, but we're going to canoe for 20 miles. I'm saying we're going to do it because it's going to happen. We might have to stand up and like rock the boat and stretch the legs and not fall over, but we're going to canoe for 20 miles. Doesn't mean we can't stop and take a break, but we're going to get going first thing on Sunday morning and we're going to have his truck waiting for us when we're done. And we're going to spend, hopefully it's not raining. I didn't even check the forecast, but yeah. So I have a swap card showcase. My point was on Friday, because I'm like, I got to squeeze this showcase in. I have all the cards from the Summer Creative Escape I want to share with you guys. Plus I have 2 months worth of customer swaps to share with you. And I have a Nature's Harvest swap to share with you guys. So I have about, maybe 100 cards to share with you Friday. So we're going to get going right after I'm done with work on Friday. And then my weekend will begin. So hi, April from Wiki Up, Arizona. I think that's how you say it. Hi, Jody Storman. Jody, you didn't make it over to pick up your bag. I see it still hanging under the counter in the mudroom. So you better get your butt down here, girlfriend. Shannon wants to go camping. You can ride in the canoe with us. Okay, Shannon? All right, so I'm going to flip down and you guys can see some of the cards that I've gotten recently. And I tried to make notes. So this beautiful card came from Sandy Wicklander. She used it's like Harvest Meadow or Nature's Harvest stamp here with the die, the time-worn embossing folder. She used the bedazzling paper as like a little circle, and then the brushed dots here, the brushed metallic dots. So Sandy, and it says, you are the best. So thank you so much for this beautiful card. Hi, Jean Maxwell from Phoenix, Arizona. This one came from Pat Butts. Thank you so much for this card. It's purple. She knows I love my purple, and I love how it's got some polka dotty tulle on here. Okay, you guys, wait for this. I don't know if Mo was watching. I didn't see her pop in, but Mo Stites sent me this card. And on the outside, it looks like just a regular Christmas card. But when you flip this bad boy open, look at that. It says she was challenged to make a card showcasing designer paper. And she said, I hope you can find a use for this. Of course, Mo, I can find a use for this card. I'm going to put this one in my arsenal, my vault, and keep it handy for when I need an awesome fun folds card. But that's how that opens. So basically, it's a rectangle scored here and scored, and then it's got the diagonals at a score. So You know, life keeps popping up. I am thinking tomorrow. Perfect, Jody. Yes, life is always first. You take care of you first. Okay, you guys. So Patricia, I think this is the one from you. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So Patricia asked me last week during Mystery Night if I got her scratch and sniff card that was inspired by Kelly from a technique card. So it's actually, you can scratch it. And it smells. So you guys, I still have, you're not gonna believe it, but I still have my strawberry Kool-Aid right here. And I have the remnants of Kelly's, they're all hard now. It's like a big hot mess in there, but I still have that sitting over there. I never cleaned it up. So it smelled like strawberries all after she did that video. So thank you for this pretty card, Pat. I love it. Okay, this one came from Faye Godby. Thank you so much, Faye. I got your check. I appreciate it that you signed up for my classes. And she sent me a beautiful purple card with her check. Thank you for all that you are. And then on the inside, she left it blank so that I can make use of it again. Now here's another strawberry. This one came from Naomi from Michigan, and she had attended the Summer Creative Escape, and she sent me a thank you card. This one came today from Karen Wetstein, and she is attending class tonight. And so this was her thank you card that she sent. This was from a past paper pumpkin, if I'm not mistaken. Hi, Carissa Alberts. And then this was a thank you card from Karen Carstay. So Karen won a stamp set from a door prize from the Holiday Mini Catalog class that we did back a few Fridays ago. So thank you for this beautiful card. She used the painted texture embossing folder and coloring contours, where that one comes from. So beautiful cards, you guys. I love showing off the cards and the happy mail I get from you guys. I have, if you didn't watch my Tip Tuesday, you should go back and watch my Tip Tuesday. I have these mats that I'm going to be sending out as prizes. And I also, you guys, I didn't get, it's been quite the weekend. I'm saving these for Friday night. These are my class cards from the Holiday Mini Catalog, and from Let's Just Stamp from August, and Simply Elegant. These were 3 classes, you guys. I haven't had a chance to draw the winners. So if you still haven't watched those videos, you can still go in there and comment and get in on the drawing. And I plan to give those away on Friday after the swap card showcase. I still didn't figure out who sent me this love mail here from August 9th. You guys, it included a couple pieces of paper. So I don't know who sent that to me. If anybody knows, you should let me know what I need to do with it. All right. So, hi, Melanie Foy. Hi, Peggy. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? We're going to make 4 cards featuring the Sweet as a Peach stamp set, which is ink, paper, scissors. I do have 5 kits left in case anybody's looking for this class. After that, you guys, I have some prizes to give away. We're going to announce who the newsletter winner is. We're going to do the drawing for top fans. I have a drawing for the Be Happy Stampers Challenge. We're going to do the drawing for monthly creative challenge. We're going to do a drawing for the class card challenge. And we're going to do a drawing for the door prize for tonight's class. So you guys, wow, there's going to be lots of giveaways tonight. And then the scavenger hunt, you guys, in case anybody's wondering. Hi, Naughty Nancy. Jeannie, you asked if anybody else is frozen. And I flip down and I can see me in the hive and I'm rocking and rolling. So I generally, I can see right away if I freeze. So I'm on it like glue. So we have the scavenger hunt, you guys. That was due yesterday. And if anybody knows me, I wait till the last minute to do anything. The Peach Class Shannon with mailing is $30. If you want to Facebook pay me, it would just be $30. So I always wait until all the scavenger hunts are in and I grade them at the same time. I don't get them and grade them like one by one. I don't stop what I'm doing and grade them one by one. What I do is I get them all and I grade them all at the same time. And I was going to run through, I know I have a bunch of people. So if you guys are having it freezing for you, it might be your internet downloading the video. Hi, Millie Kindle. I hope you got your card. It went in the mail on Saturday. So your winning card. So you guys, I would like to do the scavenger hunt. I'm just going to run through names really quick. I think I'm going to do it really quick now. And then if I'm missing your scavenger hunt, you can reach out to me really quick. So just give me 30, not even 30 seconds here. I know the last time that I announced whose I had, there were a couple people that I think that I didn't see them from, and they sent them to me. So just real quick, I'm going to just tell you if I have a scavenger hunt from you, and if I don't call your name, resend it to me. So Debbie Schultz, Sue Volz, Anna Rebedu, I've got Chris Dudarenke, Karen Wetstein, Elaine Rebeck, Angela Knutson, Jeannie Parker, Luann Johnson I've got, and Stacy Burns. You guys, because I was in Centerville last week, I try to stay up on my emails as much as possible. I got Jean Maxwell. Carissa, I've got yours. Brenda Wood, I have yours. So if I didn't just say your name, what I want you to do is resend it to me. Hi, Jean Benson. I hope you're enjoying a blue moon. So resend me your scavenger hunt, and I'll get it from you. So somewhere along the lines, I could have missed it. That's what happens when I get you guys, when I get pictures, it's really hard to, I gotta save the picture, and then I gotta get to my printer and print it. So when I get the physical hard copy, I love it. I don't have to do a darn thing except for grade it. Where if I have to do something along the lines of printing it or downloading it or putting it into a Word document and then printing it, it's more work, and then steps, and so help me stay on top of it, and if I missed your name, just let me know. So okay, I will announce the scavenger hunt winner next week. Okay, so all right, are you guys ready to stamp? Are you ready to see the cards? We're gonna make these guys tonight. You guys, I had a lot of fun making these. I honestly can't even remember when I made these cards. I feel like so long ago. Debbie, it's okay. I got it. This is what I had to do for yours though, Debbie. So Debbie, I had to take yours and I had to put it into a Word document, and I just printed it like that. So I got yours. It's okay. I can make it work, but it's always good. I always like to check to make sure I didn't miss anything, because when I have to print it, it just adds an extra layer for me. So hi, Linda Hodge. All right, you guys. I don't even know which one to start with, to be honest with you. They're all so cool. I love the peach class because all the paper was so, like the colors are so soft and soothing. Do we maybe want to start with an easy one and get me warmed up? Okay, well, here's the deal. Let me show you guys. Hi, Stu Beasley. Lockdown, Melbourne, Australia. Oh, no. Okay, you guys. So for those of you, so this is what I've got. I've got 5 of these sets left. And for you guys that took class with me, you will have, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have your 4 card kits like that, and you'll have your goodie bag. Your goodie bag has your Peekaboo Peach. It's not Peekaboo Peach. It's Pale Papaya. Peekaboo Peach is a blast from the past, you guys. Hi, Patty Stebbins. So it's got your Pale Papaya. It's got your Artistry Bloom sequins, and you get the whole pack of each so that you have more to make more cards. And then you have your basic white, and this is about a 1/4 sheet of paper. I did not do any peaches die cutting. I looked at this class as you should have, hopefully, the stamp set and the dies. Oh, do roll call. Good call. Yay. So, okay, so you have your white piece here, okay? So I just wanted to let you guys know that white piece is used on this card, this card, this card, and this card. And we're going to do that first, and I'm going to show you how you're going to stamp. So roll call. Okay. Ha! Brenda, you're on top of it. I love it. Good job. You're like an A+ student tonight. Hi, Deanna Stell, Sandy Wicklander, Ellen Brover, Kathy Dolly Nagari, Lynn Beasley, Faye Godby, Latokia Trigg, Jennifer Jones, Julie Bierschbach, Jeannie Parker, Susan Rich, Naughty Nancy Stormer, Diane Bogenhagen, Jill Butzine, Kathy Beck, Bonnie Gravlin, Carmen Melendez, Lila Erickson, Anna Rebedu, Jeannie Terwilliger, Cheryl Thomas, Kathy Cornea, Melanie Howe, Christina Hazer, Mary Ty, April Drain, Ann Van Willigan, Lisa Sharkey, Kathy Larson, Kathy Jackson, and Karen Wetstein. So you guys, did you hear how many Kathys we have? It's like Kathy overload tonight, because we have, I think we said Kathy Cornea, Kathy Larson, Kathy Jackson, and Kathy Dolly Nagari. That's 4 Kathys. I saw that and I'm like, whew, I had to keep all my and 3 of you guys are Kathys with C. So it's C-A-T-H-Y. So I had to make sure you guys had all your packages straight and not one of you got a duplicate. So yeah. All right. Let's get back to business. Thank you so much for reminding me to do roll call, Brenda. I appreciate that. You helped me buy myself some time because I honestly, I feel out of touch. I haven't even designed a card since before I left for Centerville. You guys, I've been going through withdrawal. Okay. I think you guys know what that's all about. So I think what I'm going to do is oh, you guys, I got to bring these down. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. I think we're going to do our stamping of the white piece first. Okay. Because we're going to stamp that white piece because I'm going to show you what you need to fit from out of this white piece right here so that you're not shorted. Okay. So in all of your kits, hi Gail. Brenda, you didn't get the peach class, did you? No, didn't I call off your name? Brenda Wood. You didn't get the peach class. Okay, Brenda, I have a peach class for you. And because you're signing up for it right now, you're number 32, so you'll be in on the drawing. If anybody else wants to sign up during my live, make sure you write it so I can see it in the comments, and I'll make sure to add you to my bottom list here because I do, in fact, have enough for 36. So I have 4 left then, guys. Okay. Well, Brenda, yes, we need to get that one figured out. Okay. So you guys have this sheet of white paper that is in your goodie bag. And what we need to do with this white piece is we need to get our flowers stamped. And so I have all my stamps lined up here. So we have, this one has the peaches. This one has the flowers. And then we have the peach as itself. So there's 1, 2, 3 peaches. And then we also have 1, 2, 3 of the stems. So I think I have all that. So what we have to do on this piece of paper is make sure we get all of those things on here. Now, I had mentioned I had consultation with a fellow person who signed up for class. And I know in past classes, I generally had my helper, Anna, die cut out the flowers, die cut out the peaches, die cut out those. And we looked at this and we made the executive decision, hi Carrie Peterson, that if you're attending this class, the majority of the people either have the bundle or they didn't have the stamp set and they're going to improvise and use something else other than the peach stamps. And in that case, the little pieces of the die cuts would be irrelevant. So we looked at it as we're going to save some time and energy and give you guys a white piece of paper and you can stamp your bits and parts. And if you don't have the dies for some odd reason, you could still invest in them and buy them, or you can get your tried and true scissors out and you can do a little bit of fussy cutting. Okay, so that's why you don't have in your kits. So like when you open up, like for example, you open up a kit like this. This is the blue one. You open it up. This one had the most pieces. You have your lots of layers. You have your little label for your sentiment. And you have lots of layers. There's a lot of paper in this one, guys, but not any little die cut pieces. I think Anna was really happy with me when we made that decision. Anna, you can give me a thumbs up if you did. Okay, you guys. So let's talk about, we're going to do our stamping first. Okay, we're going to do our stamping that goes on this white piece of paper. And what you need to do for your stamping, so this is the bundle. You guys, the Sweet as a Peach. We're going to use a lot of the stamps from this set. And the die cuts, this piece is already die cut for you, but you would have to do a little bit of die cutting or fussy cutting once we're done stamping. So what do we have here for coloring? These are the inks that we need for class tonight. We have the Calypso Coral, Pear Pizzazz, Old Olive, Pale Papaya, and Balmy Blue. So primarily what we're going to use are, let's see what they are. The Balmy Blue is for that card, which we're not going to do that background yet. We need our Calypso Coral, and our Pale Papaya is for our peaches, so we'll set that there. And I used Pear Pizzazz. You guys, so I think what you could do is use these interchangeably, depending on which one you have. We're going to test both of them, because this one might look really good at second strength, and that one might look good at first strength. And between the two of these, if you have one or the other, you will survive. You don't necessarily need to have both, okay? But what we're going to do is we're gonna just game plan our piece of paper. So we have 3 peaches, so we're gonna need 1, 2, 3 peaches, and then we're gonna need 1, 2, 3 of those. We're gonna need a set of peaches, and we're gonna need a set of flowers. So there's plenty of room to get all of this on here. And we're gonna start with one of the easiest things first. Grab your Calypso Coral ink, and we're gonna start with our flowers. So there's a stamp that has all 3 of those size flowers. And what you can do is just sneak them in the corner here. Okay, so that's in Calypso Coral. So those are the 3 flowers that are gonna go there. Okay, that's it for this stamp. So where's my cleaner? Right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that already. I didn't bother to stamp off that time. I went straight for it. Okay, so now let's talk about doing our peaches, because you can see there's 3 big peaches and then this little set of small peaches. Can you see that they're two-toned, right? You can see that there's this orangey color and then the coral color. Coral, how do you do that? You're gonna need one of these guys. It's called a sponge dauber. If you don't have one of these sponge daubers, you could try a Q-tip, I think, or some sort of a sponge. But we're gonna practice this first because I don't want you guys to go straight to your paper. Practice this. Grab a piece of copy paper, something scrap-like, and you're gonna practice on that before you go to your cardstock. So what you're gonna wanna do is ink up with the pale papaya first, and then what you do is you take your sponge dauber, and now you're going to dot into the coral, and you're just gonna frost the edges with a little bit of the coral. So I'm trying to go on its crevasse right here, the peach crevasse. Oh, perfect, Shannon, thanks. Oh, so Shannon, wait, let me write that down. Because you wanted game night though, I think. I'm pretty sure, so I gotta write that down, just so I have it. Game night, Shannon. It wasn't this class, okay. Because I think you already might have, okay, never mind. Haha, thanks for sharing, Bonnie. Okay, so you guys, I was talking about the crevasse of the peach. You're just gonna blot it. And then you're gonna stamp it and see how it looks. And you'll be like, oh, that's super cool. It gives the peach that two-tone look. And don't worry, like I'm on my copy paper, and my copy paper makes it look like crap because this paper is so porous. With the copy paper doesn't make for a good stamped image. So I just wanted you guys to see how it will look. So when you're done, what I would do in between each one actually, hi Kathy back, I would clean it because you have 2 different colors going on in your stamp area that you don't necessarily want them contaminating ink colors. So what I did then is I cleaned it, and I'm gonna go back into my pale papaya, and I'm gonna blot on here, and I like to do that bottom edge ever so slightly, and then I'm gonna go near the top and kind of blot near the peach crevasse. Okay, so when you get good and comfortable with that, you're gonna do that 3 times. So there's 1, and remember when you're stamping on your paper, give it time. No, Shannon, and you guys, I think I wrote that down wrong. You guys, sorry for this one moment. Kathy, you wanted game night. Kathy Jackson wanted game night. Shannon, if I'm wrong, you gotta tell me, but Shannon, I thought you wanted the peach class because I'm pretty, you guys, I have to look back in the comments. Okay, so there, we got 1 peach. You can tell my mind is always moving a mile a minute, guys, right? All right, gotta keep it all straight. Okay, so ink up again and go back and dip in and do the bottom. Hi, Janet Core. So then you're gonna get a little bit of that on the bottom, and then you're gonna get a little bit up in there, and you're gonna stamp another peach. All right, so you're gonna do that 1 more time. Now, if you're looking at this, that peach looks splotchy. That's just how the image is. I can see that's how it's stamped on all of mine, and you're gonna get that. Depending on how juicy your ink pad is, you're gonna also get like it more like blotchy like mine is here. Oh, anybody else repeating? So I see that I froze. Let's see if that is the case. Something wrong. You guys were saying I might be freezing. Hang tight. Hang on, guys. We're going to see once if I can get back. I think it's back now. Okay. I don't know what happened, but yes, mine froze on. Perfect, Shannon. Okay. I had it right. So you are down for the peach class. I put you down as number 33. Woohoo! We got that straight. And we're back on track with the video. I don't know what was going on, but I'm back and we're going to keep going. Okay. So what you're going to do, I don't remember if I did it or not. So let's just add just a little bit more. You guys, the peaches are up to you. If you want to add a little bit of extra color or a little bit, whatever you want. But you're going to get another one here, and that's going to go right there. Okay. All right, so there we go. We've got our third peach set. So that's for our peach for here, here, and here. We still have to get our 3 leaves, and we have to get our other set of peaches. So the other set of peaches is a set of 3, all on one stamp. And so we're going to do the same concept with this. We're going to ink it up, inky dinky do, and we're going to frost the edges of the peaches. So let's just see here. We're going to do over here. Oh, Jody wants the peach class. Oh, okay. Very cool. Okay, I'll write it down as soon as I get done with this little guy here. And then we almost have all of them. We got 2 left then. Okay, so you guys, what I'm doing is I'm frosting my edges of my peach there to give it that two-tone look like over here. Okay, so I'm going to put this guy over here. Now remember, if you have the dies, you can die cut these after you stamp them. If you don't have the dies, then you can fussy cut them, and it's not the end of the world. Okay, so you've got your 3 big peaches and your 3 little peaches stamped. Okay, Jody, I'm gonna just write your name down for the drawing for later. Okay, perfecto changeo. And now when it comes to your greenery, we talked about Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz. And honestly, you could use both or you could use one or the other. But I really think that the pear is going to be a better bet. If you look at this Old Olive, it's a little bit dark. So I think I'm not even going to use the Old Olive. I'm going to go straight for the peach, just so you guys can see that it's going to be a little bit lighter. So grab your Pear Pizzazz if you have it, or any similar green, but also let's see so look how dark that looks. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go at second strength for that. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna do 1. These are also, you can die cut these out, or you can fussy cut them, but you're gonna need to get 3 of these. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you have this piece of white, and you should be able to fit all your bits and parts that you need without having to squish them too close together. What I would do for die cutting these is I would cut these apart and not try to die cut, put my die on the paper. I would cut these all into sections and then die cut them. Okay, so there is a little bit extra stamping we need to do. Like we'll need to stamp some sentiments. We will need to stamp the green foliage thing here. So we'll get to each of those as we work on each card specifically. But for now, I wanted to show you how you need to go about stamping this white piece so that you have it. So Cheryl said it keeps freezing. I'm not freezing now. I'm looking like I'm in good shape. I'm not sure why I'm so in good shape, but I don't feel like it. My butt doesn't feel like it. But so you guys, while we're working on each card now, you're going to have to either, you could die cut these all while I jibber jabber, or you could do each one as we need them for the cards. So, all right. Which one do we want to start with? That is always the $1 million. We're going to start with this guy because he seemed like the easiest one to me. Every other sentence is freezing. We have weather issues. Catch up on the weekend. Okay, Ellen. If you win, you will definitely know because I'll have a post in the morning that I'll schedule with the winners. So thanks for trying to hang in as long as you can. Okay, so you guys, we're going to do this one first. And so in your card kit, you're going to need the one that is the pale papaya base here. Okay, so by the magic of TV, I think that I have my peach done and my stem already die cut. So that was good. I planned a little bit ahead. Woohoo. Okay, so you guys, for this one, you don't have a full-size base. It's actually short by a 1/2 inch. Or not a 1/2 inch, it's actually an inch. So the measurement, it actually measured 7 11/16 wide. It is still scored at 4 1/4. So it's your traditional A2 card size. I just cut off a certain little section here, which will show the designer paper peeking out the edge like that. Okay, so that's your base. You guys, lots of bits and parts in here, okay? So you guys, in here, you will have lots of layers, okay? So you're gonna have, this is an old olive mat on the inside. Yes, try on your phone, Latokia, that might be more successful. So you're gonna have this old olive piece, and then you have the basic white that mats right there. And then we're gonna have this piece of designer paper that goes on there. On the front, you guys are gonna have your old olive mat and your designer paper mat. And that will go right on the front. Now for in your kits, I've already done the punching, but I wanted to show you how I did the punching. There's a tag called the Treasured Tag Punch. And so I had these 3 strips. And what I wanted to show you is how I punched them. So we've got a 1-inch punch. So I punched all that for you. All of them got punched. Lynn's freezing too. You guys try a different form of technology. If you have a tablet, try that. If you have a phone, try that. Or if you have a computer, try that. I know that on my end, I know that one time I did freeze, but I'm watching myself live and I'm not stuck waiting for the live video signal. So I'm wondering, so my uploading into my tablet and phone is working. It's the downloading of data into your guys' phones, I think. Oh, see, I just froze now. Okay, so I see it now that I froze. And I'm wondering here if I'm on, making sure that I'm on the right. Yep, I'm in the hive. Okay, and now I'm unfreezing. So there might be something going on in the world with the internet. So we're gonna keep it rolling because I know the video will be available after the live is done, and you guys can always catch it again there. So I am so sorry for you guys that aren't having much success with watching it right now. Okay, we're gonna do the Pear Pizzazz, and I have on this one, it says, hope your date is as, and then I have sweet as a peach, happy birthday. So there's so many different sayings in here, like you're as, it's your day, let's celebrate you, thanks for being as, hope your day is as, and to a sweet friend, sweet as a peach, have a peachy day, happy birthday, thanks so much. The font, I love how scripty the font is and how they interact with each other, all the different words. So you guys are saying that if the freezing is not good, you guys, maybe get out and come back in a little bit. I did notice like some of mine is doing it like right now. I do see it's frozen, and I'll go back in and see once if I can come right back in, and now I'm not. So now I'm back watching it. My hands are moving really fast. So I'm pretty sure that the video is uploading successfully. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys is you have this strip of white now. It's a 1/2 inch and it's got the little bit of prettiness on the side here. And what you want to do for stamping is you want to stamp your sentiment closer to the right side. So it says, but save yourself a little room for that little artistry bloom sequin. So that's going to get stamped right there. Now, if you don't like the way it stamps, just flip it over and you guys can do the other side. And you could stamp it again and see if you like that any better. All right, so I like that side a little bit better, so that's what I'm going to go with. Thanks for sharing, Melanie Foy. Okay, so that one's done. And now what I'm going to do, as long as I have the green ink open, I'm going to stamp the sweet as a peach. So the reason I didn't get glue happy right away is because in case I don't, hi Katie Schmidt, hi Kathy Cornea, in case I don't like the way I stamp it, I can already flip it over. So, or I can flip it over. I was reading Lynn's card. It's already in the mail for a friend's birthday. I love it. Okay, so we have in here, let's look at this, sweet as a peach. And so I've got sweet as a peach, so we're gonna stamp that first. And I have this green paper over on the side here just as a guide, just so I know that I'm gonna stamp it a little bit closer to the left side. So sweet as a peach, and then I put happy birthday. And that says thanks so much. And I need to just find the happy birthday, so give me one moment in time. Right there it is. And so now I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. I'm going to move it over to the right ever so slightly. And it's going to go right there. Okay, now there are some fun little stamps in this set. There's like a little 4th of July firework, I'd call it maybe. And there's these little flowers. I think we're going to put a few little flowers right around just to decorate it a bit. And I'm going to do that in the pale papaya. Okay, so we're going to do a flower there. And then maybe a little guy over there. And then as I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sample card too. So I got some pretty decoration there. Okay, so now that we have all the stamping done, we can go ahead and get our glue happy on, okay? So I'm watching myself, guys. I still see my video coming through. There's a video issue. So is a video issue with me? I'm looking at here, built-in microphone. I got nothing going on with issues. So, you guys, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna keep it working though because it looks like the video's uploaded. You guys can always catch the replay after it's done if it's not so pleasant to watch it now. So I'm gonna glue my little bit of designer paper on to the edge here first. And that, I just wanna make sure I'm lined up on the left. Yeah, Kathy, it might be issues on Facebook. It very well could be. Definitely a possibility. So I noticed that I've got a little bit of little white extra hanging. I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. And then this could go ahead and get glued onto our green mat. And while I'm at it, I'm going to put a little adhesive on the back of this designer paper. And we're going to get that prepped and ready. And so now this piece is going to go onto our old olive mat like that. The glue allows me to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle with it just a little bit. And then our designer paper, I had a hard time with this, but you might find that your pattern goes a certain way. Like I'm noticing my peaches are up and down like this way. So, oh, the hurricane between us, I think, yeah, that's very possible. That could be messing up the frequencies. Definitely a possibility. Right now, you guys, I do see that it's frozen, like there's no movement, but in my video up here at the top, I can definitely see my hands are hand check. I always do my hand check. Oh man, I forgot that I need to wiggle him a bit. Okay, so don't glue this on quite yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna glue our inside in. That's okay to do, but I wanna wait to glue this other piece because I wanna work on adhering those little strips first. Okay, so that's our inside. So we have the peach here, and we have these strips. So what I want to do is I want to get this lined up on here. So I worked from my right side to my left side and figure out which one was the good one. Okay, so then now this, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the middle of my strip here, and I'm going to adhere that so that I have my 1/8 inch or so margin. Whatever the margin is on the left and the right here, just have that kind of on the tip here the same. Okay, so now you've got that glued together. Do not worry about this end right now. We're gonna cut that off in a moment. Okay, so now what you're gonna need to do though, if you want to dimensionalize it, you could put 2 dimensionals or 1, however, if you have big ones or small ones, but you could put 2 dimensionals on the end of this. And I just put a little dimensional here, and then I'm gonna put liquid glue for the rest. So I just added a little bit of depth on that side. And then give yourself a little bit of green margin all the way around, like that. Okay, don't worry about this other side. Don't worry about it quite yet. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna attach that If you can see, it gets cut off right on the end there. So what we're gonna do is we have to figure out how much of it needs to get glue. You do not want to put any glue right here because that will be making it into a trick card and it won't shut. But what we want to do is kind of set it up so we know how far to glue it. And how I would do this is it's going to get glued right about there. So I'm just going to run a piece or like a line of glue like that. Hi, Carmen Melendez. And then now what I'm going to do, get that nice and straight. And this goes all the way to the end, like that. Okay, so remember our mat down here isn't glued yet, but now what's gonna happen is we're gonna get this nice and secure on here. Julie, I used Pear Pizzazz. For the leaves, I used Pear Pizzazz, and then for the peach, it was Calypso Coral and Pale Papaya. Okay, Nancy's a mile away and she has the same freezing issues, and I am intermittently freezing as well, but it comes right back. So now that we have that figured out, now what you can do is take your scissors and you're just gonna trim this off, okay? Just like that, okay? That's all I did to make that. So there was no guessing on how much length to have. Hi, Dawn. But I'm freezing up too for a short, but yeah, so like right now mine is like it's stuck a little bit and then it comes right back. So, okay, so we're gonna flip this over and then that can now get glued onto our front side here. And just like that. So what's next is, and now I'm unfrozen, you guys, see, it's right back. So I don't know what is going on in the world today. Okay, so grab your ribbon and you need, I think, about 9 inches. And so how we're gonna do this is we're gonna put tear-in tape down. And so grab your tear-in tape. Hi, Judy Bobo. We're gonna put a little tear-in tape right where our peach is gonna be. And by putting that tear-in tape there, we're going to be able to put our ribbon on here. Hi, Julie from Michigan. Okay. So I'm not going to cut off. I'm going to just kind of keep working with it until I have to cut it off. As I've watched other videos with, oh, it's something going on with Facebook, it seems that Linda's saying. So we're going to start with, it's kind of hanging out down here. So now we have our tear-in tape on and we're going to weave this. So that one's going to come this way. And now there's nothing left for this to stick on. So we're going to have to create or put another piece of tear-in tape over the top. And then we're going to weave this one back. And then we'll cut it off when we have as much as we know what we need. So then this is going to come something like that. So before you cut it, what you can do is kind of test to see if you like the way it looks. Okay, so that's what the peach would look like. And I think what I'm going to do is make my hoop-de-hoop a little bit shorter on that side. And bye, Latokia. We'll see you later, girl. Latokia, your In Color Club went in the mail yesterday. Okay, so there's that. And now what I'm going to do is grab my ribbon scissors and I'm just going to trim that off. So now I used the exact amount of ribbon that I needed without really wasting anything. So we've got that nice and secure. And then what we can take next is a couple dimensionals and we're going to pop this peach up. Just put a few dimensionals on the back. Don't worry about the stem yet. I got a plan for the stem. Okay, so our peach is going to go right over the top of that, kind of centered in the white space that's available. And now we have our stem. And so this little stem is going to kind of tuck in here like that. And I'm going to put a dimensional on both of the leaves to help it be nice and secure. And I'm going to put a little dimensional right behind the base of the stem. So like right there. And now that's going to get tucked behind there. Our stem comes up like that. And I just want to trim over here that little tail so it's a little diagonal. All right. You guys, we're not done, but we're really close. What do we have left to do? We get to embellish. Embellishing is the next step. So you guys all got in your goodie bags. And it is this pack of Artistry Blooms rhinestone. Yeah, so Kathy Jackson says it's a satellite issue with the hurricane weather and her pattern, making people lose the signal briefly. Keep going. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep going. All right, so you guys, these type of embellishments, I will admit, are a pain in the butt to work with in terms of their packaging. Because once you open it up, you gotta be so careful because how do you store them? So what I would do is get yourself a little baggie to put them in so that they, you know, keep this little plastic case, and then I throw away that cardboard backing. But grab yourself. You guys can use as many or as few of these as you want. They're all yours. Use them. Look, I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on here. I should do one more, and maybe I did, and it fell off already. So for good measure, we're gonna put one on here because you should always have the odd number thing going on, right? So we're gonna put one down here, and there's about 3 or 4 different colors. So there's this orange color, there's a reddish color, there's a blue color, and I'm not gonna put any blue on this one, but I'm definitely gonna put it full of these sparkly orange ones and the coral ones. So we're gonna put a little guy there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys, bling it up. Blinging is the best part of this. I love it. Okay, now my trick with these though, you gotta really press these to make sure that the adhesive sticks, because otherwise they might kind of flip off on you. So we got her done though. Look at that. We managed to succeed and we made it through. And we got ourselves this cute peach card. I like it. So the one thing I noticed that I don't have a lot of security right here. You see that? Not sticking so well. It's because my ribbon really doesn't have much that it's sticking to underneath. So to fix that, what I'm gonna do is take a glue dot, and I'm gonna stick a glue dot right underneath where the ribbon, there it is. I stuck a glue dot underneath the ribbon, and now I've got this little bit of, it's still kind of just not stuck all the way. I'm gonna put one of these dimensionals right on the side there, and I think I'm gonna put one right there. So what's happening is it's catching the ribbon and not catching the paper. And so it wants to wiggle, wiggle. And now it's a lot more secure. That guy's pretty secure, so we're good. All right, do you like it? For those that are still watching, I know we had a few drop, but we've got one done and we've got 3 to go. So let's keep her moving. Okay, I think that was actually the first card I designed out of this group of cards. And I think I liked this one because the only die cutting was really the peach part of it. Okay, one down. Which one's next? Let's grab our stamps, our cards here, and see what we have. Let's do this one next because it's on the top. All right, so let's see here. This is our next one. And it's in the kit that has it's Pear Pizzazz is your card base. And what you can do is take your sheet and fold it in half. You do have a score line on yours. I always score yours for kits for your class, but I don't generally always score them for myself when I'm making my kits. So I know this is how you do it if you don't have it scored. I matched up each of the corners good, and then I will go ahead and burnish it. Okay, so I did your kits a little bit differently. I was nice to you where I wasn't nice to me here, and I'll show you why in a second. So you guys, I didn't give you 2 strips of paper like this. I actually gave you a coral sheet that was 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. And I think I might just cut myself that so you guys can actually see. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take it out of the kit and then I just have to replace it so that you can actually see what I put in your kit. So it's this one right here. All right, so this is what you actually got in your kit. You got this coral piece that looks like this. So instead of giving you little strips like I used on my card, I used these 2 little strips. It's really hard to assemble with strips, so I wanted just to keep it simple for you guys, so I gave you a whole piece of coral like this. Now, from your piece over here, where you did your stamping, you guys are gonna need to get out your 3 little peaches like this. So you're gonna need them for this card. I already have mine done because I was a good student and I worked ahead. So I've got my 3 little peaches. In your kit, you'll have the tag topper. So this is from the tag topper dies. You'll have a classic matte 4x5 1/4 that's embossed with this, I think is the ornate embossing folder. So you'll have that. And then you have a piece of, hi Karen Wetstein, you have a piece of designer paper that's 3x5 1/4, and that will go on here. And then your inside mat is your 4x5 1/4. So I want to do the stamping first. I always try to encourage stamping because then we're done with it and then we can not worry about stamping and messing up. So what you're going to need for this one is the big leafy stamp here. So this is going to get stamped something like this. And because I have more stamp than I have paper, I'm going to grab my little scrap piece here and we're going to put that underneath so that I don't get ink on my piercing mat. Now, my ink pad for the Pear Pizzazz is super dark. So I am going to go ahead with my Pear Pizzazz and use that one instead of the Old Olive. If you have Old Olive, you could definitely use Old Olive as well. They are very interchangeable with this set. Okay, so I've got this stamped, so I'm going to just see what it looks like. It's super dark. Do I want to do it at second strike? No, I don't want to do it at second. So I'm going to go with it at Pear Pizzazz Dark. Hi, Sandy Wicklander, catching us again. Hopefully you guys, now that I see Deanna's watching again and Brenda's back in here, hopefully you guys, it's doing a little bit better the second time around here. So we got to save a little, oh, you know what? Just to be safe, we're going to stamp our sentiment down here on the bottom. So it says, let's celebrate you. So let's go ahead and get that down here. So it's just centered near the bottom. So let's celebrate you. And then now I know exactly where to stamp my leaves. I was afraid I was going to go down too far. So I'm going to have that come down something, make it a little more crooked like that. Look how dark my Pear Pizzazz is, you guys. Is that crazy? And it'll still look good. It'll go just fine, but wow. My ink pad upstairs in my craft room stamps it. It's just so less dark. Okay, so I don't know what the inside looks like. Maybe we should do that really quick too. Let's see what the inside. Hope your birthday, happy birthday, have a peachy day. Okay, so let's get our coral and stamp our inside. And so I'm pretty sure that I used, okay, Julie, we'll catch you later. So sorry you guys are having issues with the freezing. I'm gonna clean this one just to make sure I didn't have it with the greenery on the last one. Okay, so happy birthday, and I'm gonna use the coral ink, just like this, and I'm gonna stamp it a little bit more to the left. And then have a peachy day is gonna be a little bit more to the right to have that staggered look to it. All right, and then you guys can decorate it. So there's these little flowers you could do, or you could do, there's this little it looks like a firecracker kind of. It looks like that. So we could do a couple of those in here, or even 3. Remember what they say, odd numbers are good. So we'll do 3 of them. And you know what? Just because I was a slacker and I didn't do my inside on this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So right like that. And now I'm done. Okay, so now we have our stamping done for this guy. We can put our piercing mat away and we can work on a little assembly. So first things first, let's look at the front of our card over here. Get those peaches like this. Okay, let's see what we can glue down. We can just do this for right now. We're gonna get the inside glued in. And then we're gonna go ahead and do our ribbon next. Okay, so let's get that in the inside, like that. And then let's look at this layering, what we have going on. So we've got this piece going on here, and then our ribbon is on the side, adding a little bit of color, and then this goes over the top of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna adhere this onto our balmy blue matte embossed piece. And if it's long, at this time is when we can trim it. So we're just having a little bit of blue sneaking out the sides here. Okay, so make sure your top is nice and flush, and that will help make sure it gets into a straight line. And then if you've got any overhang here, this is where you can take your scissors and trim it off right now. And I've got, you guys, it's just a hair. It's not even a hair. It got less than a hair there at the end. Okay, so that's gone. So now the next step though is we have to do our ribbon. So what you're gonna do is flip this over and we're gonna make our tear and tape sandwich with our ribbon. And so the ribbon comes close to the edge on both sides, here and here, and then on the opposite side over here, like that. Okay, so you're gonna have to cut yourself about 6 inches and 2 pieces of them. Okay, and grab your ribbon, and what you can do is it goes all the way, so it's, this ribbon's super cool because it's kind of see-through in the middle, and then it's got a more solid look on the edges. And what you're gonna do is, and you could go over a little further if you wanted. You could see a little bit more of that coral paper, or you could keep it right flush on top of it and not see any of that coral paper. Okay, so then what you can do is go straight down and then flip that over, and that'll attach to the tape on the back. Where's my ribbon scissors? Right here. And so there, that's all you need for that side. And then, the peach is awesome, isn't it, Mary Jean? Okay, so then this guy will flip here. And now you can cut what you need. And now that you have your strips of ribbon down the sides, you can take, and I'm gonna put more tear and tape down just so that my ends are super secure. I do not ever, ever, ever want my ribbon coming out in case somebody saves my card for 50 years, right? You still want it to be in one piece. You guys, people do save cards for 50 years. Believe me, I know, because my mom shows me cards that are 50 years old. Okay, so that's done. We have our ribbon behind 2 layers, so it's super secure. And now you can go ahead and put adhesive along the edges and through the middle, and then that's gonna go onto your Pear Pizzazz base. Just center that as best as you can. Now, with embossing that, it does shrink that balmy blue paper ever so slightly. Okay, then your designer paper is gonna go on here. Okay, perfect. Oh, I should have told you guys before I got glue happy. I should have actually tested my designer paper to see if I needed to trim any off, but I'm good. My bottom looks like if it's a hair over, I can live with it, but you might have a little bit longer DSP. Hi, Tina Haynes. So I'm not gonna put liquid glue along the side of this. I'm actually gonna put some tear and tape. I love using tear and tape with ribbon versus using liquid glue. Liquid glue and ribbon they don't jive really well. So by using this tear and tape, it actually will stick right away to the ribbon. And so I'm gonna do the tear and tape along my 2 sides, and then you can keep going with the tear and tape, or you can use a little bit of other adhesive, but this tear and tape, I wanted that to be over my ribbon versus using liquid glue. You know, Barbara, you're straight on. You're exactly right. So Barbara just said she likes the idea of doing the strips, okay? And that's actually what I did on my card here. My sample here, if you guys can see, let's see if you can see. You can see that the coral ends right there. I used a strip, and then I used a strip. And how I did it is I made sure that my strips were exactly the same length and that they were for the blue. And I actually attached them to the blue, and then I had to put the ribbon down, and then I kind of had to work backwards and just make sure I got to see enough of the ribbon. That's what I did for the strips. For you guys, I was like, oh, I can't be that mean to you and make you struggle. So I cut the coral piece the right width so that you would see just enough of the ribbon coming out and peeking out the side. So you get the same concept, but you actually used a lot less of the coral paper. Okay, it's all about being conservative with your paper. Okay, so next you're gonna grab yourself, I don't know, maybe about 4 inches of the ribbon. So you're gonna use it again. You fold it in half, and you're gonna poke the little ends from the top and poke them down like that. Oh, you gotta get both of them. One went, the other one stayed back and was not ready to make the jump. Okay, so you start from the top, and then what you do is you weave the little ends back through the hoop. And that's a backwards one. Ha ha. I told you wrong. You guys you guys start from the back. Start from the back. How many of you knew that? Okay, so you start from the back, and now when you bring the hoop forward, you get your little tails through there, and now you've got the rounding smooth part on the top here. If I would have done it the other way, it would have had it the opposite. Hi, Carolyn. Okay, so you got your little tag done with the little tail. Now what we can do is we're gonna put some dimensionals back here, and we're gonna pop our tag. You know what? I have the ends here. Oh, look at this. I can just take this and put that. We're gonna like actually curve it slightly and go like, it's like the perfect amount. I love it. Okay, and we're gonna use this end here for this side. And for good measure, we're gonna put a couple more right through the middle. And we're gonna adhere our tag onto the front of our card. Now, if you're a person that likes things straight, like this way or this way, you might put your tag on straight. I try to do things not always straight. So in this case, I put my tag slightly cockeyed. So I'm gonna put this kind of like at an angle. Now, I'm more of a straight up and down kind of person. I have people that I know that they like things off like this, like a little bit crooked. It looks good either way, guys. It's really just a personal preference. So now that I've got that down, I'm gonna take my tails and just snip them at an angle at different heights. So one's a little shorter than the other one, just to give it a little bit of a different look. And we're going to put our peaches down. Hi, Gail Tudor. Hope you're doing well tonight. Okay, grab our dimensionals back, and I'm gonna use a big dimensional on the back of each of my little my dad calls them Eachy Peachies. Okay, so he loves peaches. If I ever knew a peach fanatic, it is my dad. Okay, he loves the peaches. So I'm gonna put one there, and we're gonna put one near the top. Now I noticed when I die cut that, I ended up with a little bit more white on the left side than the right side. If that ever happens to you, all you have to do is take your scissors and trim it. It's okay. Even if you die cut something, you may have to go back and make it better. That's quite all right. So I just trimmed a little bit more off of that. And this last little dude's gonna go over here. And we need to pull out the bow maker because there's a little bow at the top of this. And so grab that out. We're gonna do a small one. So grab your ribbon and you're gonna make yourself a small little bowsy for the top of your branch. I have a bow maker video in case anybody's watching. Go into my Cards by Christine Facebook page and you can search for bow maker. And I did about a 20-minute video on how to make bows of different sizes and if you have reversible ribbon, what to do. And just watch that video. I sell the bow makers as well in case anybody's looking for them. I have a family friend now that is making them for me. So I got a new source on my bow makers. So they're a little bit bigger than the smaller ones here. Grab a glue dot and you're gonna put the bow right at the top of your branch. And if your tails don't go exactly where you want them, just take another little glue dot, put that down on your paper, and, oh, that one looked good, so we're gonna leave him, and then you can trim your tails. So I always get my bow attached where I want it, and then I trim off my tails. And I like to cut them at diagonals. using my ribbon scissors. Okay, you guys, there we go. We're getting there. So what's left? To embellish, that's what is left. So I've got blue in this card, so I'm definitely gonna bring in the blue ones. Got lots of blue sequins here, so we're gonna put one there and there. I got a little random one. Where is that guy? Right here. He's gonna be there. Got some oranges. Put one there, and then one more of this one over here. There we go. We got 5 on here. A florist would be really happy with me with my odd numbers. Okay, and my last little tail here, even though he's going the way I want him to, I like to make sure he's secure. So I'm just gonna put a little glue dot and kind of stick that so he's hanging out where I want him to. There's our card number 2, guys. Have a happy birthday, have a peachy day. So these are the 2 that we got done so far. We got 20-some people, 21 people still hanging on. Hopefully it's not freezing so bad anymore. Oh man, you guys. You gotta love the technology, don't ya? It's, oh, so crazy. Okay, so we got 2 done. We are gonna go on to our next one. Let's see, what do we wanna do next? Oh, we have our 2 fun folds left. Okay, let's do this one. So this one's very similar to the last one, except for we're gonna put flowers instead of peaches. So grab your next kit, which is the one with the coral bases. Okay, so this is a fun fold because it opens like this, and then it opens down like that. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of stamping, not a lot, but just a little. So in your kit, you're gonna have 2 pieces of coral. This one is, let's see, 8.5, what is it, 7? It's 11 by, what is it? Oh man, that's not the right one. Hang on, maybe it's this one. Coral, here it is. Ha, 8.25 by 4.25. I'm like, that one didn't look right. So it's 8.25 by 4.25, scored at 5.5, and that's our bottom one. Okay, now you have another piece that gets folded, and this one is 8.5 by 3.25. I think it is. It says here 8.5 by 3.25, and I think it's scored at 4.25. And then this guy is gonna come in here like that, and so it opens like that. Okay, so a little bit different of a fold. We've got on here the pale papaya, which is embossed with the painted texture embossing folder, so that's already done for you. There's nothing stopping us from gluing that down. So let's glue that, and then on our flap here is where the designer paper is. So let's go ahead and glue that. So we're getting rid of some pieces. Now, if you're asking about top and bottom to this piece, they are really close to the same. You guys really can pick whichever side you want to see up versus seeing down. Like, they pretty much are reversible. So we're gonna go ahead and glue these 2 things down right away. So there could be an up and a down to your pattern paper, so just check it out and make sure that you like the way it looks. So we're gonna put that one on here like that. Okay, and then you have the pale papaya piece. It's gonna go right on the inside like that. Okay, now this piece right here, oh man, I have mine scored wrong. That's exactly what's going on. So that is 8.5 by 3.25. It's actually 8.25, I bet. Let's grab our ruler here, my Mega Daddy ruler here. It is 8.5. Okay, so it's perfect. So it's 8.5 by 3.25, but it's definitely scored in the wrong spot for me. I made mine wrong. I think I have your guys's right, but we're gonna just fix it by scoring it in the right spot. So we're gonna go to 4.25 and not cut it, but we're gonna score it. And we're gonna live with this. Okay, so now that I have it scored right, so it's basically scored in the middle. I caught that because I'm like, oh, that's not the right length. See, I'm human, I score things wrong. And we're gonna definitely put that score line so it's on the bottom. And then when you put your inside piece on it, you will barely even see it. The most you'll see is a hair of a score line on each side there, but like to the naked eye, nobody's really gonna catch that. Okay, so we do have to do a little stamping though. So let's now that we glued a little bit, let's stamp a little bit. We have to stamp our little greenery thing. We have our flowers done. So your flowers were what we stamped earlier. They got put on this card here, and you just have to cut them out. And then we need to stamp our greenery, and then we'll stamp a sentiment on the inside. Sweet as a peach. So thanks so much. Okay, so our little piercing mat is here. And we're gonna stamp, we're gonna have to get that little piece of paper, put that here, and I would, we're gonna do Pear Pizzazz. So the color that's underneath here is Pear Pizzazz. So if you guys have that, you could use that. I know that my Pear Pizzazz is stamping super dark, but I'm okay with that. It's just a little bit darker variation. This goes all the way to the top, but you guys remember what we did on the last one? Just to be safe and not sorry, we stamped our sentiment first. So let's do that. And I'm pretty sure he's dirty. Doity. He's doity. Okay, so coral, thanks so much, is gonna go right along the bottom. So I've got the thanks so much, like that. And then, I think that's, no, we got a little coral on the inside. Okay, so our greenery, this is gonna start at the top and kind of work its way down. So the bow will be right at the top, like that. Okay, so we've got that stamped. And our inside says, you're as sweet as a peach in coral. So the your, which one of these is it? To a sweet friend. Hope your day is sweet as a peach. You know, have a peachy, what does it say here? Sweet as a peach. So that must be that one. Okay, so many stamps, you guys. I have stamps all over the place here. Okay, so that's one that we need. Your as is here. Okay, I think I got them. So, hi Jay, Shantae, late to the party, but everybody's having freezing problems, so you may or may not have the same issue. Curious to see if you can stick around. So here I'm gonna do the sweet as a peach first, kind of near the center. And then we're gonna do your as to the top left, kind of like boom, right there. Okay, and then we've got the little flower assortment in pale papaya right next to it. So that's what you can use these little flowery stamps for, is decorating your cards, your envelopes with these guys. So I'm gonna put a pair of those there. All right. I think that that's it for stamping on this one. So we can finish putting this together and see what happens. Okay. So I want to start with the Pear Pizzazz here. So that needs to get glued centered top to bottom. And then if you have any overhang, you can just take your scissors and trim it slightly. Okay. So let's center that top to bottom. Best as you can, eyeball it. You don't need to grab a ruler, I don't think. What I'm gonna do is make sure I'm flush on one side. And then if I need to, take my scissors and trim off the other side, then I can. And then you have this die cut. So this die cut comes from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. It was a set that carried over, and I'm going to use about 6 dimensionals on the back of this. And that gets popped up on top of the Pear Pizzazz piece. Just center that as best you can. Something like that. And then our flowers also get popped up. Once you pop, you guys can't stop. You haven't heard me say that for a while. So, missing all my little, whatever you call my criticisms, if that's what you want to call them. Okay, so then this one is going to go over here. this medium one can go, that little guy can go there. And then the medium guy. So those peaches and the flowers are interchangeable with this stem branchy hangy downy thing. Okay, so now we can glue, let's see here. We're gonna glue the back. Okay, so remember I scored mine wrong. That's okay, we are not gonna really see it when it's all said and done. And now what I do for this is I'm just gonna open this up and center it, top to bottom, left to right, get it good where I want it. And now that will open up. And we've got our inside now. You guys should all have a piece of designer paper. That's that polka dotty print. And Brenda loves it, woohoo. And that little guy can go on our bottom. I always try to line up the bottom and one side, and then I can always take my scissors and trim the other side. So kind of use my hands here, my fingers as a guide. And if it's great, perfect. And if not, take your scissors and trim it so that it fits good. All right, then that little guy, it's gonna go in here. Oh, it's coming together so nicely. Woohoo. Okay, and I do have a little bit hanging over the edge of glory right there. And this is gonna go in the middle. You guys, we have a bow left to make and we have some embellishing to do. So let's get our bow maker action going here. And I made this one into a double bow. So to do a double bow, you just have to wrap it around twice. And I made this one a little bit wider, I see. So I might go out one more, but then I'll take it to the top of my nails because my nails are my whole, that sounds bad. My holes are loved, but as they get worn, and so my nails will start to make their way in versus staying straight up and down. So I get more bow sizes because my tops make smaller bows and my bottom makes bigger bows. Oh, you guys, it's only Wednesday. We have half of the week left. All right, so make your double bow. Let's put that away. And grab your glue dots, dots, and then I put one right at the top here. And I'm gonna set my bow into it and fluff out the bunny ears a little bit. Oh, I love it. And then, because I wanna show it who's boss, I pickle my tails by putting little glue dot under that one. Oh, you guys, I'm getting to the end of my roll of glue dots. Oh my gosh, there's only a few left. Okay, and then we'll put one right there. That's glue, we don't want that. So I trim the ends here with my ribbon scissors. And like that, okay. Loving it. Okay, so now we get to embellish to our heart's content. And we've got this color. We'll use some red ones. So I've got, oh man, 2 came off. Let's see here. You guys use up your embellishments. Put as many or as few on as you want. But I see that I might have to open up my next one. Oh man, I was gonna see if I could make it without opening my next one, but I wanna put those reddish ones right in the center of, so these are a pain in the butt to open. So literally this is what I do. I grab each of the 4 corners and then it's a hot mess of paper everywhere. Let me throw this away. Okay, so, and then I ran over my shoes because my shoes came off. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if this is the best packaging in the world, but that's what I do. And now I get myself a little baggie to put these in. But you gotta be careful with these, not that they catch. So I wanted some of these red ones. So there's 4 different sheets in here for you guys to pick from. But I thought the red ones would look so pretty in the middle. Oh, I don't want them that red though. Maybe not that one. Hang on, we're gonna do this one. That's where you guys can make your own decisions at home, what embellishments, like what colors you want to put. But I thought that these little guys would be pretty in the middle of those flowers. They just add a little bit of glisten. Okay, so I got to put one more over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 7. I got embellishments all over the place. And I think that's it, you guys. We got our third last one done. We got one more to go. So there it is, a fun fold. You guys, I hope that when you're looking at these cards, you can see the love that you might have for the peaches. But if you're not a peach fan, how you could make this card into something else, all you need to do is put something on the front white piece and you still have a pretty awesome card, even if you don't have the peach set. Okay, so that is card number 3, and we're on to the last, but definitely not the least. This one's also a nice little fun fold coming up for you. Okay, so the last card you're gonna need from the stamping early on in the beginning, you're gonna need your other 2 peaches and your other 2 leaves, and then you've basically used up your whole sheet of white paper. So what do we have? This opens up like this. You guys, this is a heavy card. It's like pretty dense. I realized that after the fact. Like holy pieces in this card. Okay, so let's open up your kits and see what you have. And you can tell by the magic of TV, I have my peachy, itchy, peachy there, and my stems. So I've got mine already die cut. Nice, nice, nice. I was good to myself. Okay, layers, you guys. You got to figure out how everything layers. So you have a piece of embossed white with the painted texture. That will go on here. And you have this piece of balmy blue, which will go onto the pale papaya. And then you have a stitched rectangle. That's this top layer. You have a piece of designer paper, which will mat onto this, which is your bottom. And then you have 2 more pieces for your inside. Okay, and then you have your card base. So there's a ton of paper, okay? So don't get confused. Hi, Becky Harding. So what we can do is let's glue together some of the things that can get glued together. So this is scored for you. So all you should have to, and you guys have yours folded already, but you want to just make sure they're all lined up okay. So like this, you want to make sure it meets the seam really good. So if you need to massage it to get it closer to the seam, go for it. You can do that. So what I do is I try to hold it with my hand and then burnish it. So, okay, so now you've got your card base opening like that. Okay, so we can get a little glue happy. So let's get some of these mats glued. So this can go onto here and we can put that onto there. And we'll do this one at the same time. So did I just get glue on there? I sure did. Okay, so we're going to do this side. That will go onto here like that. And then this guy can go onto here for that. And then flip both of these over and let's put them right onto our card base. There's no reason why we can't get those adhered. The only thing we really need to do for stamping on here is some sentiments. Our peaches are already done. We do have to do this blue background. So we'll do that in a second, but let's get this glued onto here. Just center it as best you can. And then this guy will go here. Boom. There we go. Okay, we got rid of some paper. So we've got our shell started. So we are gonna do, let's see what our inside looks like. Ah, I forgot I did that. Okay, so we're gonna I have to go get a blending brush. I think they're over in my drawer because I wanna do that next, and then we're gonna stamp our sentiment here. So, one moment please. Give me 10 seconds, guys. If you don't have a blending brush, it's okay. You could do a sponge dauber. You could do a sponge. You could leave it and not have any blue whatsoever. It's really okay if you don't put blue on the background. If you don't do a blue background, it'll be a white background, just like this. Hi, Deborah. Intermittent single. Yes, oh my gosh, I came back and I froze too. Isn't that crazy? But now I went in and out and now I'm back and I'm back. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how far behind I am. I see I'm putting the flowers on that card. Wow. Oh, crazy. You can see I'm working onto this. That's how far behind the Facebook video or the feed is. Okay, crazy. All right, so it's up to you if you want to do the balmy blue or not, but I'm going to do balmy blue, and I'm going to flip this over. All right, no, that's not big enough. We're gonna get a bigger piece of paper and put that behind here. Okay, so inker, dinky doo. Get some color on there. So generally I start off the edge of the paper, but because I know that there's an overlap here that you're not gonna see that, I'm actually gonna start in the middle and I'm gonna work my way up and I'm gonna work my way down. And the brush gives you this soft, oh, I saw a frumpy face, I don't know why. Okay, the brush gives you this soft, delicate color to it. It just makes it look like a cloud kinda. Okay, so you can see here, it's hard to see it, but I am adding blue to that. A little bit of blue. Gotta add as much or as little as you want to. Have it come down. The reason I wanted to do the blue first is because if I would have stamped this and then blended, I might have smeared some of that coral ink. And I didn't want to smear any of that coral ink from the sentiment. It would have made it look a little sloppy. So what I did is I put blue as like a background on there. And that's all we needed balmy blue for. I'm pretty sure that's it for the blue. Okay, so you guys, in your kit, oh man, I don't have it in my kit, but I know I gave you guys, oh, I can take it out of this kit, ha ha. Poor kit that I keep stealing from. I'll have to cut a little slip here. So in your kit though, you guys, I know you got these little, this is part of the die set. Oh, I gotta leave that out so I don't forget. This is part of the die set. There's this little slanted strip for a sentiment. So that's pretty cool. It comes in that set. Okay, so we're gonna stamp To a Sweet Friend and Thanks So Much. And we're gonna do that in the coral. And let's see here. To a Sweet Friend. Now, I do have photopolymer, so I am gonna grab my mat here and To a Sweet Friend. So what's nice about these stamps is they are photopolymer, so you can totally see through to see where you're stamping, which is awesome. So you're no guessing. Oh, I like it. Good. Okay, so that's To a Sweet Friend. And Thanks So Much is right here. I can't remember if I cleaned it or not. So for good measure, clean, 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 brushy, brushy, brushy. Okay, so Thanks So Much. It's gonna go along the bottom here. Something like that. Cool beans. Then the inside, as long as we got our ink open, let's do the inside. We have You're As Sweet As a Peach. So when it comes to doing this, I like to do the Sweet as a Peach first, and then I can work like up to the left. If I did the You're As, then I might not like where I put it. So I do the Sweet as a Peach first down here. And now we just have to get the You're As clean. Okay. You're As up at the top left a little. Okay. Now, oh, we have a peach left to do. Ha ha ha. Okay. So we're going to do some flowers. We're going to grab 3 of those little flowers. And that is good. They're going to go right here. Okay. Now, we have a peach and a stem in the corner. So we're going to make that happen. So what you want to do is grab your pear. And it's this branch here, guys. I inked up just that section right there. So if you see this, that's what I inked up right there, okay? And so you're gonna get that. So it looks like it's coming out the edge of the top right corner, like that, okay? It's good. I see that I had a little green on my thing there. Oh, you know what we can do to fix that? You just take, and we're gonna put some more greenery coming out of here. There we go, look at that. So I had ink on there, and now I can just put my peach right in the center there. Okay, do you guys remember what we did for the peach? Ah, Barbara says I'm totally frozen. So Barbara, it's gotta be on your end, I think, my dear, because I'm watching myself and I'm listening to myself, or I should say I'm watching the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay, so for this though, we need to do the little peachy guys, and then we're gonna take our dauber and we're going to dauber the side. And now I froze, Barbara, so just like that. Kathy Jackson called it. She said that the hurricane is among the air right now and it's causing issues. So all I did was ink up that one little peach there and the coral. Bring out your coral, and we're gonna frost the edge a little bit with our coral. And then I made sure I didn't get ink on anything else. And so now that, he nestles right in there. Isn't that cool? I love it. It fits in there so perfectly. Okay, so I think that we've got all of our stamping done. And we can go ahead and start getting glue happy. And we gotta do, so you guys, this is not the lamb technique. It's actually a different form of the lamb technique. Karen likes the cards. I'm so happy you like the cards, Karen. You guys, you know what I'm gonna be working on the rest of this week? Either tonight or tomorrow night, I gotta work on designing the sale-a-bration Hoorah Rah cards. I think those are the only cards I have left for the September month that I don't have designed, so I gotta work on them yet. Okay, this can get glued on the inside, so let's go ahead and get rid of that and put it where it belongs. And then that goes right in here, like so. Now, the white here, our stitched rectangle, you can go ahead and that can get glued onto our blue. I'm back, woohoo! Hopefully I'm back for the rest of the night, Barbara, and not like just for 30 seconds. All right, so we're gonna put our stitched rectangle on our balmy blue. Okay, so you guys, this is not the lamb technique. It's close, but I took a little bit more time and I made sure all of them were little hoops versus the weaving back and forth. So how did I do that? We need to find the tear and tape, which it looks like it's over here. Oh my gosh, these guys are a hot mess over here. I'm gonna get into something. So I'm gonna take my tear and tape, make sure it's on the bottom, and pick that off. And I notice I didn't come all the way to the end, and make sure I get more over there. Now, you may think that this is too tedious for your style, and that's okay. You don't even have to do this ribbon if you don't want to. If you don't want to do the ribbon, it would look something like that, and that's quite all right. Now, if you want to take a go at this, what you're going to have to do is, oh, you know what? I think I need one more. It needs to be up just a little higher too. So you can't just have it along the bottom. It's got to come up slightly higher as well. So you got to do 2 tracks of tear and tape. Okay? And if you go over the edge, just bring it back. Now, the reason I did 2 tracks is because you have something for this to hook onto back here. So I made a little loop. You can make your loops as big or as small as you want. But so what I did is I caught it first down here, and then I looped it back, and it caught that second track of tear and tape. I will be honest, this is going to take just a little bit of time because you have to do each one of these individually, but it gives it just a different look than the weaving it back and forth like the lamb technique. And you guys have a whole spool of ribbon, so you might as well use some of it. And I like to see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna hold it there like that. Okay. And then the next one, just put a little bit down, and then you're gonna loop it back. So I always try to look at the front while I'm doing this. But when you're putting it down first, you could just put it like that, because as long as it's right next to it. So then that one comes back. And then you do the next one. And I'm gonna space it a little bit so that there's a small tiny gap, because I'm gonna get to the end and I might, let's see what I got at the end here. We're gonna go like that. It's okay, I didn't come quite to the end. So now for those of you that are watching this first versus doing it right away, you could start a little bit off of the edge. So like, not off the edge, like off of it, but inside the edge, I should say. And then you'll be centered a little bit more. I mean, it's only a hair here that you have a little gap. Okay, but now that that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it. You guys, if you watch me, and you know I like to secure things with tear and tape, so I'm just going to put that over the top just to help keep it. But I'm not going to peel off the tear and tape. I'm just using it there as a little bit extra security blanket. And then what I'm going to do is grab my dimensionals. We're actually going to pop this piece up, and we're going to use up a sheet of dimensional, guys. Woohoo! Okay, so look at that. I get to throw that away, and then we can grab this little guy for the next one. Okay, so this will get popped up right on here, and you can see that little bit of the ruffly edge just coming out the bottom. Okay, all right, so let's pick these off and adhere that onto our pale papaya piece. And let's get that on here, just centered on that piece. And then you guys got to be super duper careful, because you cannot put adhesive all over this. You can only put it on the top portion here. So how I do that is we're going to use up the ends. I like using up these end things. So we're going to put this line just along the bottom edge here, because that's going to make sure I don't go over on that edge. And then on this one, we're going to put this, oh my gosh, I thought I had that cut there, but I guess not. We're going to put this along the top edge like that. Okay, so that will give us the top, that'll give us the bottom, but now I want to do a little bit in the middle. So I'm just going to strategically place a few more just in the middle so I don't get my saggy middle syndrome. Don't want saggy middles. Okay, so now what we do is we just put this on here, centered it as best we can, like that. Okay, so now when you open this, you don't have any adhesive here. You did not risk going over because you put it on that edge right there. Okay, all right. We have to do our peaches here, and we have our stems. We have a little bit of a sentiment to put on, and then our sequins. And you guys are dropping like flies. I see it's frozen, but when I go out and I come back in, it's working. So it has to be something that's going on with the connection with Facebook. I tell you, I don't know what it is, but we'll hear it on the news tomorrow again. Yeah, spoke too soon, Barbara, right? I know. Yes, and then it catches up. You guys, I don't know. Somebody mentioned earlier in the comments that other Facebook Lives were having the same problem today. So I can't tell you what it is. I'm just happy to know that my video is should be uploaded, and it will have a replay for as long as there's Facebook, I think. So I'm going to put this guy on here first, and I'm just kind of slightly going like that, and then it covers a little bit, and I'm going to have it down slightly. And then for my little leafy things, we're going to put one of each of these on the leaves. And I'm not gonna worry about dimensional this time. I'm just gonna wedge this. There's a little hook on the bottom here. I'm gonna stick that down so it's down there. And then put that there, and then hook this guy down in there, like that, okay? Our sweet little friend, I did not dimensionalize that. I already have a lot of thickness going on with this card, so we're gonna do the sentiment flat. Now, if you guys wanna pop it up, it's all for it. You guys go for it. And then I'm gonna put the sentiment right in the middle, like that. Oh, you guys, I'm just watching where we're at. It's back where I'm blushing, blending brush. Wow, okay. All right, so there's that. All right, sequins. Let's see what we got we got some orange ones we're gonna use, and then blue ones. So I'm gonna use up what I've got started. So I've got a blue one, will look good up here, and a blue one will look nice down there. All right, then we'll do a little orange one. Oh, here's a guy. Oh my gosh, there's one left on here. So when you guys get one left on a sheet, go ahead and transfer it to the other sheet so that you can throw away the sheet. It's always a good feeling throwing away that. All right, so let's see what else. We're gonna grab these pinky ones here, or orange. Let's do orange. Oh, and there's some little orange ones over here. So we're gonna put a guy right there. We'll put one there. You guys, this is the most amazing part of finishing a card is embellishing it. And you guys have a lot, you have 4 sheets. So I'm not limiting you with your embellishments. You can put on as many as you want. And we're gonna put one more over there. If you don't like the way they look, you can kind of peel them off. I think that might be good. We're gonna do that. Okay. So there's that one, and then this guy can go back on here. If you want more, you can put more on. If you don't, you can be good. But there's what we have, you guys, for our 4th card. Woohoo, look at that. You open it up, it's like, bam, beautiful card in the middle. Like, beautiful decoration. I love having that hang down. It's like there's a tree hanging out over here, and all you can see is a branch with a really juicy peach waiting for you to eat it. Okay, so there you have it. That's the last card for our sweet as a peach card. They are peachy, right, Sandy? I love it. But the video freezes. Yeah, there is something wacky going on with our videos tonight. So, all right, I'm going to try to get these guys. So these guys, these embellishments, they catch really easily. So I would just try to, when you're done putting your embellishments on, just kind of line up your sheets. And you guys, I opened up another pack tonight, so that's why I have so many sheets kind of floating around my workspace here. So I'm gonna put these all so gently, nicely on top of each other, and then they don't get caught. If they get caught, then they kind of flick around. So then what I would do is, they have those little sandwich bags like that, the small snack size bags, these would fit perfectly. And you could just slide those in so that they don't go all over the place. And I've got some random ones sitting in here. And we'll put that there, and then, good. Okay, let's have a look-see at our cards that we made tonight. So that was our last card. So both of these were cool little fun folds, like that. Okay, so we got that guy, and we have that one. We have that. And do I dare ask what is your favorite? Because you guys are probably a little bit too far behind me to even, I don't even know if I'll see your answer come through. So, because I'm watching right now. And again, this is Frozen. So let's do this. And we go back, and it's so crazy, you guys. I have no idea. Somebody should comment and tell me where we're at. If you guys are seeing, like right now we just finished all the cards, but it's showing the balmy blue. It's so crazy. Oh, it's at an hour and 37, and I'm at an hour 53 right now. So, yeah. So it says that I'm 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Oh, get off of there, you guys. Claudia is messaging me. Okay. So, and then it's Frozen again. All right, so there we go. We have all 4 of our Sweet as a Peach cards. You guys, I looked back here, and I think if anybody is interested, if you see this video later on, I have here I believe, 34 people that signed up, and I think I have 2 sets of kits left. So if you are interested, you could let me know. I added Brenda and Shannon and Jody to the list, so you guys will get it on the drawing I'm going to do here momentarily for door prizes. So for the online classes, I've been doing door prizes, and so what I picked for tonight for this class particularly, I picked the Dazzling Diamonds or Bedazzling paper. There, I have 2 packs, so 2 people are going to win the Dazzling paper for this. Then I also have, we're going to do a top fan in a little bit here. We're going to do the monthly card class challenge, the monthly creative challenge, and the class card challenge. And then we'll announce the winner of the newsletter drawing. And you guys, it's the first already today. Ooh, oh my God. So that means a newsletter will be coming your way in the next day or 2. I will be working on that either tonight or tomorrow night. I promise I'll have it done by Friday before I leave. There will be a newsletter in your guys' inbox so that you can read up on the news, what's happening in September. So yeah, and there'll be a little question in there so that you guys can answer it. There weren't many people for the last newsletter. I think only less than 5 answered my, it's not necessarily a question in the form of a question mark, but I always say to be entered into the drawing for, answer this, so I kind of like try to give it a little bit away that there's a little question. So yeah. Okay, you guys ready? I don't know if anybody's gonna do drum roll with me, but, and then we also have the Be Happy Stampers Team Challenge. Let me grab that list too. Hang tight, I got it right here. Okay, so for the Be Happy Stampers, I had 35 people from my team that answered a question, and the question was, tell us a random fact about yourself. And you guys, I learned that my Be Happy Stampers, I think they like to socialize more than they like to stamp. Because when I do creative challenges with my team, I only get 2 to 3 people that put cards in for the creative challenge. But when I asked people what a random fact was, I had 35 people reply. So it's funny. So I'm going to do 2 drawings for that. So 2 Be Happy Stampers will win prizes for that. So you guys, I've got lots of paperwork. I feel like the teacher in me is coming out tonight. So we have that, and that's it, I think. So I'm afraid to kind of go to my random number generator, but I'm going to do it anyways. I hope that I don't freeze permanently. But I know there are 23 of you guys watching right now, so hopefully at some point you'll catch up and give some congratulations and shout outs to those gals that win, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got that there. I'm going to flip the camera down, and we're going to do the Be Happy stamp. So I don't have any prizes picked out yet, but you guys, I'll be sending prizes in the mail. So this is for the and if you're local to me, you can do porch pickup. And how I do, if you get something mailed, it goes out. If you win a prize, it goes out with your next class kit that you mail for the door prize. For top fans, I know not everybody gets classes from me, and you can become a top fan by liking, commenting, and sharing. And so then I would mail your prizes out. So, all right, guys, are you ready? Drum roll. Okay, so random number generator. This is for the Be Happy Challenge. We had 35 people, so we're going to put 35 into our random number generator. We're going to generate a number. Number 3, April Drain. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You are one of the newest bees on the team. You are a lucky winner of a Be Happy Stampers Team Challenge. All right, we're going to do one more winner for the Be Happy Stampers. Number 24, Brenda Keppel. Oh my gosh, you're a brand new bee too. You guys both signed up the first part of August. You joined the team. So just so you guys know, there's still about a month. There's 29 days to sign up to become a Be Happy Stamper and join Stampin' Up! As a discount shopper or a demonstrator. 90% of people who sign up are discount shoppers, that they get the discount for themselves. I would be happy and proud and a bee mama, happy bee mama, if you were looking to join Stampin' Up! And you wanted to join my team. We have a great team of Be Happy Stampers, a great community, and I'm here to help you with your goals no matter how big or small they are. So, all right, congratulations to April Drain and Brenda Keppel, you lucky ladies. Okay, so we're going to do, for ink, paper, scissors, we'll flip back down, you guys. I had 34 people that I saw that are signed up for this class, and we're going to do the 2 drawings for this. So these are going to be for the 2 packs of paper. They'll go to out in the next class that you guys get from me. So the first winner is number 12. Naughty Nancy! Woohoo! Naughty Nancy, I'm not sure if you're still watching, but you're the first lucky winner. Number 20, Jeannie Terwilliger. Awesome. So Jeannie, I know you're signed up for the Nature's Harvest class. So if that's the next class, then that's where your prize will go in with that package. So congratulations to Naughty Nancy and to Jeannie Terwilliger. Woohoo! Now that's the door prize for taking tonight's class, ink, paper, scissors with me. I do 1 prize for every about 20 people, so I did 2 there. Okay, are you guys ready for the top fan? I know a lot of you guys struggle with, not a lot, I don't know how many struggle, but enough people come to me and say, I don't know how to get the top fan to work. And I know that it can be a pain in the butt. So here's my disclaimer, you guys. The top fan drawing is something I do because it helps to promote you guys to like, comment, and share my stuff. I like to reward those people that help share me with other people. And Facebook can be a complete bleh when it wants to be, kind of like today with our video, right? So if you come to me and say, you got to do this every month though, because Christine and Luann's seeing the comments about a half hour after they're posted. Yeah, this is going to be a wonky video, guys. So for those top fans, if you come to me and say, hey, I like, I comment, and I share, and I see that throughout the month that you're doing that, but for some reason, Facebook is not giving you a top fan badge. I know that Deb Norman we sat for 20 minutes and we tried to figure out how to turn on her top fan, and both of us could not figure out how to turn it on. Luann Johnson, I know you might have figured out a trick. So I told Deb she should reach out to you. But Deb, I know that you're a top fan in my eyes because you like, comment, and share. And even though Facebook doesn't assign you a top fan badge, I am putting you on my list for my drawing. And so you guys, if you come to me near the end of the month, and I know this puts it back onto you guys, but I can't know who's liking, commenting, and sharing and then not included from Facebook's eyes. So if you like, comment, and share a lot of stuff, and you used to maybe have a top fan badge and now you don't, all you gotta do is send me a message and say, hey, Chris, put me on your top fan list, and I will add you to my top fan drawing. No problem whatsoever. I know I've done that for Feline and Luann and Deb, but I don't know it if you guys don't tell me. So that's my disclaimer about the top fan. It can be a pain in the royal butt if Facebook doesn't cooperate. There's some sort of setting out there. We just have not figured out how you can turn it on, but yeah. So on that note, I have 43 people, which completely surprised me, you guys. So something is really happening. For the last 6 months, it has always been over 70 people for top fans. And the fact that I only pulled 43 of your names tells me something's not working so good. So if you feel like you were a top fan and for some reason you don't have that top fan badge, you just reach out to me by a day or 2 before and say, hey, please add me to your drawing, and I will. You guys, I am in charge of the top fan drawing, and I can add your names if I want. Okay, so I'm going to flip back down. We have 43 people. I'm going to generate number 37, Julie Bierschbach. Woohoo! You are going to win a prize from me. I'll have that for you. You are a lucky lady. Okay, and number 22, Luann Johnson. I was just talking about you. Your ears must be ringing. Okay, so you're gonna see this like video, the comment come through, or you're gonna see the video kind of catch up and see that you won. Yay, congratulations. Okay, so for the monthly creative challenge, you guys sometimes ask, well, what's the monthly creative challenge? What's the class card challenge? So every month, I love for you guys to share your projects, and I do a drawing for those people who kind of follow the rules of what the theme is and posting a picture. And for the class card challenge, it's trying to promote people that are doing online classes with me that are putting the cards together. I try not to think about my card kits sitting in a corner collecting dust. And so I try to encourage you guys to put my card kits together. by giving away prizes. And so if you share your card kits that you put together as completed cards, your name goes in for the drawing. Okay, so it's my little way to try to tease you to get you to make your cards. Yeah, so Luann just asked a question for Brenda that says your top fan badge has a +1 after it. What is that for? That means she has a +1. I don't know. Okay, so I looked through the monthly creative challenge, and you guys got to post your cards in the actual post, and it's always an announcement at the top of my Cards by Christine Facebook page. So I go into those posts that are for the monthly creative challenge and the class card, and I pulled the names. And this is the first time I'm doing the drawing live because I didn't have time to do the drawing before. So I'm like, we'll just do it live. So for the monthly creative challenge, I had 7 people that posted cards. So I have 7 people. I'm going to do 1 prize for that. So out of 7 people, number 3, Anna Rabideau, woohoo! You won the drawing for the monthly creative challenge. So far we haven't had any duplication of winners, so that's good. I always say if you win twice, then I'll pull a second name, because when I do prizes like this in plethora, we just give 1 prize on a night like this. So, class card challenge, we had 8 people that I saw posted cards or from their classes. Generate number 2. Angela, woohoo! I feel like you've won this before too. So Angela Knutson, you are number 2. You guys, I had 2 and I had 22. Some of my favorite numbers. Okay, wow. Okay, so did I forget anything? We did the ink, paper, scissors door prizes. We did the class card challenge, the monthly creative challenge, the bee challenge, the top fan, and newsletter winner is Tammy Sikolik. Tammy, congratulations to you. So you won a $10 gift certificate with me for a product out of the catalog. So it's a $10 gift certificate. Any amount that you go over, you just pay the difference, and you just have to let me know what you would like to do for your shopping spree. Woohoo! So congratulations, Tammy. For everybody else that won, had their name, either you got that dazzling diamond paper, or I will pick a prize out of my vault of prizes and we'll make that happen. So, okay. I'm not sure. I just take what they give me, Brenda. That's what I would do too. I would take what I can get. And if Facebook gives me a +1, then I'll take the +1. Okay. It says Julie Bierschbach, Sandy is still watching. 5 others are watching. I know Brenda's watching. We've had the low, like a really low, like a number of people watching. And I know it's because of the whole issues with whatever is happening with technology. But I'm going crazy with, like, I know it's like working, so I know that I'm watching it right now and we're still putting together the last blue card. So I know the video at this point is about 20 minutes behind, but I don't know if comments are still going through at their normal pace. But let's just hope that tomorrow night, because Kelly, when she goes live, it kind of like makes her a little bit uncertain about having the technology, like how do I get through the technology issue? So let's just hope by tomorrow night, whatever is happening in the sky above us is settled down and life is back to normal on Facebook and Kelly has no issues whatsoever. So that's what my hope for tomorrow night is with Kelly. So, all right, you guys. So tomorrow you're going to get Kelly's Technique Thursday card. I'm looking at it right now. She did a beautiful card. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So you can watch for the Technique Thursday video posted tomorrow morning. And then Kelly will be live tomorrow night with Paper Pumpkin. Just a reminder, if you want to get a Paper Pumpkin yet, I have 3 left. You can see them back there. One of them could be yours. I have 2 ink, paper, scissors left for tonight. Game night set. We're done with game night. Kathy Jackson got the last set for game night, so don't try to RSVP for it. I'm actually going to go onto my page and disable that you can't pay for it online. So yeah, and then Friday, you guys, at like 5 p.m. Central, we're going to do a swap card showcase. And I'm going to sneak that in before I have to start packing for camping. So, whew. Always a lot, always a mile a minute. You guys know it. So, all right. Oh, I feel so bad you guys are watching and it's like so far behind and I'm saying goodbye and I don't think you guys are done yet. So it was going to make it for a little bit longer night for you guys. So thanks to those who put up with that freezing on and off. You guys get gold stars from me for that. And if you guys didn't stick around and you're catching the replay, thanks for coming back and watching the replay. I hope you enjoy putting the cards together. If you have any questions, I know throughout the lives, usually I can answer any questions you guys have. But if you do have any questions, I'm going to flip down. You can email me you can text me, you can call me. Here's my host code in case you guys want to place any orders to get any upcoming classes for free. I might as well show you really quick. So Barbara said my designs amaze her. I love each and every card you do. Awesome. Well, Barbara, here are what's coming up for September. I'm going to do a little live video just specifically on these, but this is you guys like the fall cards? I have the Love of Leaves class coming up. This is the Let's Just Stamp class. Just so you guys get some teasers here before I leave you. This is for the monthly class for September. We've got some ballsy cards as well. So that's the September. So both of those could be free with purchases. The ink, paper, scissors. Okay, so next month's ink, paper, scissors is a fee-based class. Again, you can't get it free with an order, but it's fee-based, either 25 or 30 for porch pickup or mailing. And it's the Blackberry Beauty. You guys, you just basically need sentiments. So I include in your goodie bag the ephemera pack and the gold ribbon. You need a sentiment, a sentiment, a sentiment, sentiment. And then there's these little splotchy things and a leaf back here. And other than that, you guys, you don't need stamps really. So it's very limited with stamps. I use the Blackberry Beauty ones, but so that's ink, paper, scissors. And then the Harvest, Nature's Harvest class is the last week of September. And those are the 3 cards. This is a free with purchase class, or you can pay for it. So every class is, you can pay for it, or there are certain ones you can get free with an order. This, I have a sale-a-bration hoorah rah. You guys, I had to pull in the sheepies. So a sale-a-bration hoorah rah is going to be this card plus 3 more. I have to design those 3 by Friday is my plan. Before I got to go to bed Friday night, these 3 cards have to be made. So then I will be able to share them with you. So yes. So that's what I've got, a lot in the pipeline for you guys for the next month. September is going to be full of beautiful cards again, Barbara. So, all right. My screen is frozen again, so hopefully I shut down and I can go back in and come out and watch it. And I'll get this video downloaded and put into YouTube right away as well. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me tonight. Lots of sunshine and love and hugs to you guys. Love you. We'll see you later. Bye.